It's good to be back. I just like to add to that really nice intro that I'm also an alumni. I graduated in 2001. So it's in these very halls and in this college that I found my passion for human rights. So very happy to be back. Um, Considering our topic today of peace and security, I would just jump right into it and say that I think there are primarily two problems that we face as a nation, regardless of who we are. One is religious extremism, and the second is how we deal with it as a state and as a nation. So I think the two most important problems are tied to each other entirely. Starting backwards with the reaction first, I feel that because my work relates to documenting human rights violations, etc., I feel that considering the past few years since 2001, since these issues first began of discrimination between and the rise of religious extremism, where we got to hear more about Shias and Sunnis and Christians, and so some minorities targeted more than the others. This concept that we got around 10 years ago, I feel that the reaction to it was very knee-jerk from the state's perspective. Um, Less focus on sustainability of the peace process that we were going to establish, and more on knee-jerk reactions of what needs to be done right now. A very recent example, as we have seen again a rise in terrorist attacks in these past few weeks, unfortunately. But what was more important and something that should have been noted was the reaction that came as after these events. So we had the attack in Lahore and made all the headlines. And then if somebody noticed that immediately in the next few days we got news reports that 25 people had been killed, 25 terrorists had been killed, and the number kept on rising. And the question really needed to be asked was, who are these people who were targeted in the next few days of the attack? So I think when it comes to security, then we have to always remember that we need to strike a balance between ensuring security of the country, which is obviously paramount and important, but also respecting human rights and keeping in mind that whatever peace that we are going to establish should be sustainable, that it lasts forever, and not at the expense of the population itself. Now, moving on to the problem, religious extremism. We all we have spent more than a decade looking at different manifestations of it and how it has developed in these past few years. But there's one fact that cannot be denied, and it's that it can only be fought if everyone fights it together. Regardless of what our sect is, what our religion is, where we come from, whether it's Afghans who live in Pakistan, whether it's Christians whose churches are bombed, whether it's Sunnis or Shias. The only way that this menace can ever be contained is through a joint action. And just to end on a positive note, we recently saw the very tragic attack at the Shahbaz Qalandar mausoleum in Sindh. And the most beautiful thing that came afterwards was that the very next day, the mall resumed. And people were back, and there were dancers who were back, the drums were back. So I think the resilient spirit that this country has, that is the most important thing. And the only thing that we should remember, that whatever problems that we face right now, I mean, considering my work, I feel like there's nothing right in the world, because that's all I'm documenting, that's all I'm seeing. But the only way we will get through this is through hope, and by sticking together and forgetting our differences for at least the next many years that we have. Thank you very much.